Welcome to The Zone. The Zone is a show dedicated to the world of HBCU sports and beyond. On The Zone, we have exclusive interviews from across the country. We discuss topics that others dare not touch. So join us for this week's episode of The Zone, presented by the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to this week's episode of The Zone, presented to you by the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll hear a lot of football talk today, both literally and figuratively. We'll be hearing a projection for University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the Grambling State Tigers, Mississippi Valley, and Alabama State to start our countdown to kickoff for 2023. We'll hear from soccer coach ABE Garcia of the Prairie View A&m University Panthers. But meanwhile, the NCAA baseball regionals began this week. FAMU, the champions for the Southwestern Athletic Conference, fell short to the host school, Florida, from Gainesville, Florida, by the score of 3-0. So now the Rattlers will face off against University of Connecticut Huskies later today to try to stay away from being eliminated. Prairie View's mega football camp was successful, started on Friday, or should I say Thursday, June 1st. Great amount of kids that showed up, great participation, everybody leaving with big smiles on their faces. We'll be right back to start this week's episode.
We are the station designed with you in mind. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, where we are serving the community through faith and athletics since 2002. We are located in Prairie View, Texas, where we are dedicated to serving the local community with sporting events, church services, and information. You're invited to tune in and to join us each Sunday morning for Temple of Refuge Ministries live broadcast, Building the Kingdom one soul at a time. Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Time. Each Monday through Friday, tune in to hear the Mike Prince Show as he covers the world of HBCU sports and beyond. This show has been the driving force for daily information when it comes to HBCU athletics. And tune in to listen to the SWAC Zone each Saturday mornings. The Open Mic Broadcast Network covers Little League, high school, and college athletics. We also broadcast local community parades and events. And you can check us out on YouTube for our latest content. If you would like to help us support our broadcast, you may do so by making a donation at www.obnradio.com. We are the station designed with you in mind. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, where we are serving the community through faith and athletics since 2002.
And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, along with Ben and Jack, as we get ready for our preseason picks. Now, this is preseason picks. This is not going to be our actually weekly picks. This is kind of where we're looking at things right now with the crystal ball to see how things will line up here in the 2023 football campaign. First of all, how you guys doing today, man?
Great. Wonderful.
Doing great. Appreciate it.
Okay, then. Well, Ben, let's open up the gates and let the picks begin.
Okay, so we're going to go with the last place teams in both divisions. First, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and then Mississippi Valley. We're going to start out with Pine Bluff. That first game will be Pine Bluff against Tulsa. I'm going to pick Tulsa.
I'm picking Tulsa as well, sir.
Jack?
Yeah, I also have Tulsa, so it's a clean sweep.
Okay. We're going to go to that next week, September the 9th. Pine Bluff will be playing Tennessee State, minus Eddie George. I'm going to pick Tennessee State.
I'm with you on that one. I'll take Tennessee State in that one as well.
Yeah, even with all the change of Eddie George and all that, I think I'll take Tennessee State as well.
September the 16th, first home game, they're going to play Miles. I'm going to pick Pine Bluff. Jack?
Give me Pine Bluff.
Okay. Chris?
I'm going with Pine Bluff.
Okay. September the 23rd, they'll be away. They're playing Alabama A&m. I'm going to pick Alabama A&m.
I have Alabama A&m as well.
Yes, sir. Make that a sweep with Alabama A&m.
The following week, Pine Bluff will be at home against Gucci. I'm going to pick Gucci.
Southern University, for those who don't know who Gucci is.
Jack?
Yeah, I say Southern as well. I think Coach Julian is second year. They're back at Southern. They'll put it together.
Friends?
Okay.
Southern University.
Actually,
Okay.
I had to jump off, guys.
All right. So they're going to have a layoff, and then they'll come back on October the 14th. They're going to play Mississippi Valley away. I'm going to pick Valley.
Yes, I'm picking Valley in that one as well.
And Mr. White, he picked Arkansas Pine Bluff. We're going to move on down October 25th. That will be their homecoming against Corn. I'm going to pick Corn. Friends?
All Corn.
Okay. And Mr. White, he picked Corn also. And they'll have a bye week, and then they'll come back on October 28th. Make that correction. They won't have a bye week, but on October the 28th, they play JSU minus the DM Sanders syndrome. I'm going to pick JSU.
I think JSU should have enough in the tank for that one as well.
Okay, and Jack said JSU also. On November the 4th, they play, they come on down to the Hill. And so I'm going to pick PV.
I got to roll with the purple and gold.
And I think Mr. White, he said Prairie View also. On November the 11th, they will be at home for the black and gold team without the initials on the side of the helmet. And so I'm going to be taking Grambling.
I think Grambling should do well in that game as well.
And Jack said he was going to pick Grambling. And then they're going to close out away. And Jack said he was going to take Texas Southern, and I'm going to take Texas Southern.
And I'll roll with Texas Southern with the clean sweep on that one as well.
Yeah, Texas Southern as well.
Okay, all right. So we got Jack back on board. So as of right now, Jack is leading the race. He just started out. He's at 2-9. Me and Prince at 1-10 on that record. So we think Arkansas Pine Bluff looking like they're going to be looking for another coach next year. Moving on to Mississippi Valley, September the 2nd, Valley will be playing Central State. I'm going to take Central.
Central State as well.
Jack?
Yeah, Central State's program, pretty solid each year, so Central State.
Okay. Valley will be playing away. They will be playing Delta State. I'm going to take Valley.
I'm picking Valley as well.
Jack?
Give me Delta State on this one.
Okay, all right. We're coming back alive now. You got your picks back there. All right. On September the 23rd, they're going to be playing North Carolina Central. I'm going to take Central.
Yes, I would think Central will have enough in the tank.
Yeah, I'm going with Central as well with the clean sweep.
All right, September the 30th, they're going to be playing at home against FAMU. I'm going to take FAMU.
Yeah, the Rattlers should win that one.
Yeah, give me the Rattlers.
Okay, on October the 7th, Valley. They're coming down to the Hill. I'm going to take PV.
Panthers all day.
Yeah, PV, you know.
Okay. Valley will be at homecoming. It'll be against Pine Bluff. I have it as Valley. Jack, you have it as Arkansas Pine Bluff, and Prince, you said Valley also. So we're going to move on October 21st. 21st, they're at home. They play Jackson State. I'm going to take Jackson State.
And I was thinking Valley would have enough to beat Jackson State in this one.
Okay, Jack.
Okay. Give me Jackson State, even though with all the changes of Deion Sanders leaving. Give me Jackson State.
On October 28th, they're going on the road. They're going to be playing Corn. I'm going to take Corn.
I'll take Alcorn as well.
I'll take Alcorn as a clean sweep.
Okay. On November the 4th, they're playing Bethune-Cookman. It'll be a Daytona, Florida matchup. I'm going to take BCU.
I'm taking Bethune-Cookman because they're at home in that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Valley pull that one out.
Give me the Wildcat as well.
All right. And then they're going to go November the 11th, and they will be back at home against Alabama State. And I'm going to take I Am Swag, the original. So I'm going to say Alabama State.
Alabama State.
Yeah, the original I am SWAC, Alabama State.
And then they closed out the year with Alabama A&m, so I'm going to take Alabama A&m.
Is that a home game for Valley?
No, that will be their last game away, sir.
Okay, Alabama A&m, sir.
Jack?
Yeah, I just see Mississippi Valley, they're going to be struggling all year, so Alabama A&m.
Okay, so basically we're kind of saying for Mississippi Valley, Jack, you have them going 1-10. Prince, you have them going 3-8, and I have them going 2-9. Moving on to those don't have initials on their helmets, Grambling State University. We're going to kick off on September the 2nd. They're going to play Hampton. I'm going to take Hampton.
You know what? I'm gonna stick with the SWAC on that one. I'm gonna go with Grambling.
You're going with the G-Men? Okay, go ahead.
I'm going with the G-Men.
And I think I'm going to go with the G-Men as well. I think Coach Hughes going to have them primed and ready.
Okay. On September the 9th, they're going to be playing Louisiana State University. I think that's LSU, the original. So I'm going to take LSU.
Yeah, that's LSU.
Yeah. Clean sweep.
Okay. Their first home game, they're going to be playing Florida Memorial on September the 16th. I'm going to take they're at home. I'm going to take the G-Men. I hate to, but I'll take the G-Men.
Yeah, Grambling. I'm taking Grambling for that one.
Give me Florida. Florida.
Okay, you want Florida? All right, yes, Florida. All right. They have another home game. They'll be playing their first Texas team, September the 23rd against Texas Southern. I'm going to take TSU.
Yeah, I'm thinking Texas Southern is going to be pretty good this year.
And I agree with that. So clean sweep TSU.
Okay. Then they come on down and play that other team from Texas, then the Cotton Bowl. Last year, it was really packed in that Cotton Bowl game. I don't know if you were able to go to the game, Jack, but on September 3rd, they play the mighty Panthers. And, of course, I'm taking PV.
You said September 3rd or 30th? September 30th, correct?
September 30th, sir.
Yeah, it sounded like you said 3rd. I'm sorry.
I was so excited. You know, that Cotton Bowl. That's in turkey legs and stuff. So.
I know that's right. But I'm thinking Prairie View will have enough in the tank to hold them off.
Yeah, give me my Panthers all day, every day.
Then they're going to go on the road, and they're going to be playing Corn. So I'm going to take Corn.
Yeah, Alcorn. Yeah, on the reservation. Yeah, I think Alcorn will take care of business.
Okay, all right. Let me make my pen broke. I'm sorry. I know I was talking about some cheating going on last week here, so I want to make sure. All right. So they come on back home and they play Alabama A&m. I actually think that this is going to be the year that what's the coach's name at Alabama A&m?
Connell Maynard.
Yeah, if he don't do something, he's going to be out of there. So I'm going to take Alabama A&m.
Alabama A&m Grambling. I think Grambling will beat them.
Okay, you want the G-Men? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of excited for Coach Hugh this year. I think he's gonna have those guys, buying into what he wants. So give me the G-Men.
Okay. They're going to have the second home game actually, they're going to be doing good. 2 home games back-to-back. They're going to be playing Bethune-Cookman. That's a hard game there. They're coming across the water. I'm going to say the G-Men.
Yeah, I'm taking Grambling at home for that one as well.
That will also be seen like this, just in case you want to.
Yeah, give me the G-Men as well.
Okay. Then they go on the road, and they will be playing Alabama State, and so this will be the interesting game. I'm going to take Alabama State.
Alabama State.
This will be called the Fort Season Classic.
Right. I think Grambling is going to have enough to win on the road in that particular week.
Okay.
Yeah, give me Alabama State on this one.
Okay. And then on November the 11th, they're going to be playing Arkansas Pine Bluff. And if I'm not mistaken, we all said Grambling was.
Yeah, I think Grambling should handle that one.
Yeah, I think Grambling had clean sweep for Grambling.
And then that last game, that old ugly game on Thanksgiving, the Bayou Classic, they played Gucci.
Man, that is always a hard game to pick because it's a rival and it's so emotional. I am going. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm actually for right now. This is preseason. I'm gonna say Southern.
You're going with Gucci, all right? Go ahead on.
Yeah, I say Coach Dooley has this guy has a little edge.
Okay. I'll never say Gucci, so I'm going G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have them picked at 1, 2, 3, 4. I have them going 4 and 7.
4 and 7?
4 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jack has them going 4 and 7. And Lord have mercy, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have them going 6 and 5.
Okay.
So 2, 4 and 7, and 1, 6 and 5.
Okay.
We're going to go on over to that East, and we're going to the East Division, and we're going to pick up Bethune-Cookman. They got a new coach, so I heard they got some new facilities, new players. I don't know about the team, but everything looks like it's going to be new. Might have even a new president. On September the 2nd, they're going to be playing Memphis, and I'm going to take Memphis.
Yes, sir, Memphis.
Memphis Tigers.
Okay. On September 9th, they're going to play Savannah State. I'm going to say BCU.
Yeah, Savannah State. That's one of the interesting about Savannah State. They were a MEAC team, and they went back down to D2. So I think Bethune-Cookman should be able to handle Savannah State.
And I'm in agreement there. Give me the Wildcats.
Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. The beatdown game of the year, Miami Gardens. They're playing the University of Miami. So what do they call it? The U? I just put U on there.
Yeah. I think we would all be in agreement that Miami will win that one.
Yeah, Hurricane. It's going to be a Hurricane, all right. You'll be Hurricane.
Okay. And then they play away. They play against Jackson State in Mississippi. So that's going to be a tough one. But I'm gonna say JSU. I don't want to, but I'll say JSU.
Yeah, JSU being at home should be able to take care of the Wildcats.
And I'm in agreement there. Give me JSU.
Okay, Jack, you just kind of keep on saying what everybody else is saying. You and Prince. I mean, I don't see y'all not changing up nothing this year. What's the problem?
These are preseason games, man. What are you talking about?
On October the 7th, they're going to be playing against Alabama State in Montgomery. So I'm going to take Alabama State.
Same here.
Yeah, give me the Hornets.
Okay. Then they come on down, believe it or not, Texas Southern will be coming on to Florida. So this will be their first opportunity to play Bethune-Cookman in Florida. And so I'm going to go for the home team, Texas Southern.
I thought you said Texas Southern was going to be on the road.
They are.
Well, I'm looking at it. It says BCU at home.
Homecoming.
Yeah, BCU is at home, and so that's what I was thinking.
And you said you're going to take the home team, then you said Texas Southern.
Okay, well, I apologize, sir. I'm sorry. I'm going to take Texas Southern.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure, because you don't want you trying to pencil whoop us.
I wrote it down.
Texas Southern at BCU's homecoming.
Yeah, we got it now. So I'm going with Texas Southern. They're going to be the homecoming record.
Yeah, I say the Texas team comes in and messes up homecoming.
Okay. And then they come to a game that has not been decided as of yet what the location is going to be, but they're going to play Gucci on October 21st.
Oh, so
I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go Southern.
Give me Coach Julie.
Okay. Then they'll be back on the road. They're going to play those G-men. And so, what did we say already about them?
I think I had Grambling winning.
Everybody said the G-men.
Okay.
Yeah. Then they come back home and they will play Mississippi Valley. So what did we say on that game?
I said Wildcats. I knew I said Wildcats.
We all said the Wildcats. I said, but I wouldn't be surprised if Valley would have pulled that one out.
You want to change your pick?
Well, maybe during the season I might, but right now, pre-season, I'm going with Bethune-Cookman.
Okay. And then they close with at a home game, Alabama A&m. So I'm going to go Alabama A&m.
They close at home against Alabama A&m. I am going to pick the Wildcats.
Give me Alabama A&m as well, even though it's Senior Appreciation Day. Give me Alabama A&m.
Okay, and then the last game will be on the road, and it will be that kind of a pickle game against FAMU. And they said it's kind of hard one to pick, really. So
whoever they is, I'm going to pick the Rattlers.
You going to pick the Rattlers?
Yeah, whoever they is.
Okay. I'm going to pick...
I pick FAMU, just so we...
Okay, I'm going to go with BCU.
Okay.
I'm going to do one of... It's just pre-season, so it don't really matter. I'm going to go with his number, so it don't really matter.
Yeah, I didn't pick, so you want to see how happy you.
I have them 3-8. Jack, let's see. You have them at 2-9, Jack.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3. Prince, you have them at 3-8 also.
Okay.
So it looks like if we go with that record again, they look like they're going to still be at the bottom.
Well, football is just one of them hard sports to transition within a year's time. I know we got the portal and everything, but it's going to take some building, and they got a lot of pieces to put together.
Any closing comments for today?
Well, I think we off to a good start. Now, who will be featuring for our next round when we get to do our picks for
that next round will be that maroon and gray team of Texas Southern, who will be looking for a new president this year, and also we will be looking at Alabama State. So I am SWAC or whatever you call it. I'm the real SWAC or that SWAC or whatever the SWAC said.
Coach Robinson said, I am SWAC. Yes, sir. That's all right.
He can say I'm the original SWAC now since the other man that left, but
Right. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's hard to see how fast time really flies, man. And before you know it, we'll be having these games where they count for real. And looking forward to another great year with you guys. Any closing thoughts and comments before we wrap this segment up?
No, I'm just ready for football season.
Yeah, I had the same excitement. Yes, had the same excitement. So looking forward to it as well.
Okay, well, he is Brother Ben and Brother Jack. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Don't forget, the SWAC Media Day will be July 25th for Birmingham, Alabama. They'll have all the coaches and selected players to go over the rounds of interviews and everything, and we'll keep you up to speed of everything that develops. But continue to tune in at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, where you can get the preseason picks and our projections for this 2020 2023 football season. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show, the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and visit the website, obnradio.com. We have the 24-hour stream at your convenience. Check out programs that are seen and unseen each and every day, 24 hours a day at the website. So until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and we are so excited and fortunate to have back on the lines with us. It's been a long time coming, but he has yet to return for another tour of duty on the campus of Prairie View A&m University as the head soccer coach, and that is none other than Brother ABE Garcia. How you doing, my man?
Oh, great to be back on the line with you guys.
Yes, sir, man. It's been a while, and we'll go through all that and explain what's what and who's who. But you are now back at the position that you, by all records and standards, originally formulated, because you were the one to help bring soccer to life at Prairie View. So what led you to return, and what is it like now that you're back on the campus?
It's great. There's a lot of new things here on campus that have changed. A lot of new buildings. Obviously, facility-wise, it all is great. But I think the love of the game brought me back. Overall, I was away for a little period of time, and which, it was good. It was good. I was able to hang out with my family, be with them, enjoy time with them. Coming back, I'm re-energized and ready to go.
Okay. Now, when you did step away, you did not just turn away from soccer altogether. You still were active on the collegiate level, but you was also taking care of the family business as well, right?
That's correct. I had a small little stain at Texas Southern. I was there for 2 seasons, and helped my parents out with their stuff and did all that good stuff. And I also did some club coaching. I have 2 little ones that are starting to do soccer and baseball.
Okay.
So I was involved with the clubs as well. So I wasn't fully away, just away from the college level. It's away from the management side of things, I guess.
Right. Now help me remember when you left the first round, the soccer stadium had not been completed yet, had it not?
No, it had just probably, no, we were able to play the conference tournament there. So yeah, we got to play on it half of the season, I think it was.
So when you return back to all the glitz, glamour, and the shiny bells and whistles, the conference tournament is now held on campus. What was it like knowing that had been accomplished with some of your plan and some of your aiding in the development of the new pitch, and now you actually get back to come and play on what once was a vision? Because I can recall being out on some Sundays, and the soccer field was on basically the old football practice field, and it was shaped, or not shaped, but headed in a different direction. If I'm not mistaken, the pitch was going from east to west, when now it's actually going from north to south, and so you can see all this. Huh?
Yeah, like it's great, right? I mean, during the design itself, I had a major influence on it, on the way it was designed. It was great to be part of that. And then kind of seeing it, being built during the process, and seeing what, the investment that the school was taking into the program was major. Again, I think we got to play probably maybe 7-8 home games before I left. but obviously it felt like a tease a little bit. You know, it's imagine getting a Ferrari and they say, hey, drive it on the block, and then it's like, oh, here, give me the keys back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now we come back, and, you know, there's things that obviously, you know, from a facility standpoint that, you know, maintenance and stuff like that, and you know, be taken care of, and so I'm trying to get that stuff ironed out again, so we could keep the facilities looking nice, so we could recruit to the facility, so we could host camps, and again, I mean, it's almost like I never left. When I walk into my old office, I mean, some of the stuff that was mine is still here. And it's like I never left. It was just, you know, we had some caretakers along the way.
Wow, that is phenomenal right there. Okay, so you say, man, that looks familiar. Hey, that's mine. You know.
Hey, I found some old business cards of mine.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, with all that being established right now and your back settled in, as you said, someone was keeping the seat warm for you, has the funding and scholarship availability changed? Because if I'm not mistaken, are you allotted 9 or 12 scholarships in soccer?
No, so we're allotted 14. We're allotted 14 scholarships. When I left, I think I might have been at 5.5, maybe 6. I come back and we maybe have one more scholarship. I know during COVID there were some cuts and stuff of that nature. But we're still not where we need to be as far as from a NCAA funding standpoint. And I think that's probably also for other sports as well. Correct. And, you know, but however, there's, you know, we do have the funding for other necessities and stuff of that nature. I think that once we get the scholarship budgets up for myself and, you know, the other sports that are here, you know, whether it's tennis, baseball, softball, golf, volleyball, all those sports, I think Prairie View is just going to be on top. We're a sleeping giant, I believe. We're a sleeping giant that just hasn't fulfilled to its full potential. I think that in the SWAC or to be honest, out of all the HBCUs, I mean, who else has facilities like this? I mean, we're competing with, you know, these facilities compete with other mid-majors, you know, and even there's always some Power 5s out there. But I think once we get the right funding and everything, we're able to, I think we're going to be able to just rank, you know, be a powerhouse. And I'm not just saying my sport in general, I'm saying the athletic department in general will be our house. I mean, just when I was here, a lot of my packaging, like I was able to recruit athletes through academics and, you know, kind of package them that way. You know, as coaches, we've got to get a little creative and how we try to attract these players, but at the same time, as they're trying to go after the big fishes, per se, it's a little bit hard when somebody else is, you know, here's an X amount of dollars, take it or leave it, give me a week. And where I'm over here like, let me see what financial aid has, let me see how we can practice this, and, you know, and that's just not me, it's across the board. I mean, I think some programs have done a great job with what they've been able to do, and I think part of it is student athletes want to come to Prairie View, and they're okay taking a pay cut, per se, you know, or they want to be part of this. I mean, it's just, Prairie View has this captive, it's this magical thing about it, and it just captures you. You know what I mean? It just doesn't want to let you go.
Right. Well, you know what? It's one of these deals, and I can, like I said, speak from my experience being an alumni. Prairie View, because of its location, because of its uniqueness, it's either going to do one or two things. It's going to draw you in real hard, or it's going to drive you out of here. And once you're drawn in, it's really hard to shake, which is kind of what leads me to this next question. We know about the funding challenges. It's nothing new under the sun. And so if we're just going to use for an even number, it is 6 full scholarships available. Now, and you help me with the math part on this, that could be 12 half scholarships, or it could be 24 partial, quarter scholarships, right? With the way you break it up and mix and match with the financial aid and Pell Grants of availability. Now, we know that's part of how things are done, and it's not just at Prairie View or at HBCU. That's most of our FCS opponents that we'll be facing on somewhat of that same field until you get to the Power Fives. And I'm going to try to at least come up with what I feel is a remedy to that. When you have the facility that you have, because we've always spoke about if we have better facilities, we could recruit better ball players. That was always the scenario, right? Or the narrative, how we want to put it. And with that being said, and I think probably something that does not affect our budgets as much as one would think, and I would have to think would be a nutritional program, i.e. training table. They call it a training table, but it's actually teaching our student athletes how to fuel their bodies properly, even with the choices that they have at the MSC building, and then putting them on a very stringent weight training program on and off season. How much of that has to do with finance versus discipline?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, obviously, we do have. I think we are partner with Houston Methodist, and they do provide us with a nutritionist that we have access to, right? Now, I might be wrong on this, but I know there's a lot of hours that we're allotted for the department and so forth. So let's say there's 20 hours where maybe football gets 3 or 4 free hours, and maybe I get 1 and they get 1 and so forth. So from that standpoint, it's great. We have the access. But then it's like, how do we continue after we've gone over our hours per se? Because at the end of the day, it does come down to budget. So if they're going to charge, if I need 10 more hours, well, if it's $200 a pop, that's $2,000.
Right.
That comes out of my budget, and I'm like, oh well, I could have used that towards something different.
Okay.
But at the same time, I mean, we try to get the most out of it. I know that process started a while back when I was here. I think our athletic trainer, CJ, kind of made that connection. And also there's a sports psychologist. I mean, so we do have access to some things, but at the same time, it might not be the access we want, right? Or not want, but that we need as far as, hey, on a daily basis, can we have access to this? Or vice versa. If we do have the access, well, are there the fueling stations and all that good stuff? Again, I'm kind of back to it, so I haven't gone through all the stuff as far as if we have fueling stations or not, but I know before we left, they were starting to do little small fueling stations so athletes could come in and get a little protein bar or whatever the case may be. You'd be surprised how much that has an effect on an athlete. Everything from, are they getting their proper nutrition? Are they getting the proper strength and conditioning, That's the other, as far as us, we do have 3 athletic trainers on staff. As much as it's great to have that weight room. I think it's a great weight room, but possibly having another weight room would be better too. Okay. The only reason I'm saying that is because with class times and it's 18 sports, everyone's trying to use that one, and sometimes class times run. We have to figure out the times, kind of deal, when such sports not going and so forth. And of course, everybody has their own methods of how they want to run their programs, and some are okay just bringing small groups in. Some want the whole teams in there and that kind of stuff. So I mean, there's those other aspects of the program that maybe people don't think of it so much or don't realize how big of a impact little things such as having a good strength coach or having a fueling station goes. For right now, the strength coach I have is doing a great job. I think some of the other guys, I've met them before, and I don't know much about them, but we do have 3 strength coaches on staff. And then the other thing I think goes with it, once you find someone that's good, how do we keep them? and that's above my pay grade. But those are things that I've noticed and that I've seen that, like, hey, when we find good people, we got to try to keep them. Like, we got to find a way to keep them here, to keep our programs going forward and not going through this, all right, 2-year cycle, 3-year cycle, 4-year cycle. Because, again, it's an investment, but in the long run, that investment pays off.
Right. We're talking right now with ABE Garcia, soccer coach for the Prairie View A&m University Panthers on Tour of Duty Part 2. And we talked about these budgets, the nutrition and the weight training. And it's going to always boil down to what? Recruiting. When you're doing your recruiting, we know with the financial challenges, and COVID brought a lot out of people that they didn't know that they had in them by way of using technology as recruiting and saving on spending money to bring a person on campus when that person didn't come out being the fit. How have you used technology to your advantage when it comes to recruiting?
Well, FaceTime is always a big thing, right? You can FaceTime a prospect and kind of give them a tour of campus. Go show them the facilities, go show them what we're about, and then obviously kind of can make that connection with them, right? I mean, for example, I was left with a team of 10 players. I have to at least put a team of 24, 25, and that's kind of a good number for me, I think. So in a span of 4 weeks, we've picked up. We're at 21 now. I have 3 spots of it. So, and a lot of that. Now, granted that a lot of that has been helped through the portal, right? That's changed things, I think, the landscape for people. But it helped me a lot to sit here, do a Google Meet. Hey, how you doing? And again, show them around campus, walk around campus, or do it from this area. Oh, this is the MSC. Look at the new renovations they've done, and this and that. And that intrigues a student athlete. That intrigues a prospect. I mean, we've for example, we got a player that's coming in from Troy, and we got a player that was at what's it called Murray State, and they're like, oh wow, we didn't have this here, we didn't have that there. That weight room was way bigger than ours, and stuff of that nature, right? So I think again, Prairie View's a hidden gem, but that technology is helping to kind of intrigue them in first, and now it's like, okay, if on a scale of 1 to 10, I was at a 5, now I'm at a 7, Then you make the visit. Now, that makes it. It makes it a little bit easier because if someone's put off, then you don't invest your money on that person, right? You don't go through it. So, seeing their reaction when you're on the video, it's helpful.
Okay, very good. Now, when it comes to the recruiting and the person, we've always said this magnet that we call Prairie View. Once you get here, and like you say, it's going to either drive you or draw you. And once you get here, majority of people say, "Hey, I think I could make it here." And we talk about it being in an isolated place, but I think you can use that actually to your advantage, especially when you come to sell to your parents. Look, if your kid is coming to be a student athlete here, we're so isolated that they can't help but make good grades because there's not a lot of stuff for them to get in trouble unless they go 45 miles east into Houston or Heaven Big go 50 miles west to go to College Station. And we won't even talk about what can happen in Austin, right? So he said, we got you. You're close enough for stuff, but you're still in a real premier place where you can get that focus of your studies. You can develop as a student athlete and help build a program and help, build a life after your playing days are over with. So do you find yourself sometimes trying to use that as a leg up when it comes to recruiting?
Yes and no. I mean, I think obviously, the parents, the further away they are from civilization, the better, right?
Right.
The kids, on the other hand, they're like, they want to be able to, have some kind of social aspect of it. That's one thing I did learn at TSU, that like at TSU, that maybe the facilities weren't there or whatnot, but they were in the middle of the city of Houston. So recruiting to the city of Houston was I mean, you didn't even recruit to the campus. You recruited to the city of Houston. Like, hey, you know, you want to go eat something good? You want to eat some kind of, you know, whether you wanted some Caribbean food or you want some Indian food, hey, here we go. I'll take you to a place, right? You want some good barbecue? Boom, here we go. We got a place. So you sold the city. Here, I think you sell. You don't necessarily have to sell, because there's a wow factor as soon as you pull up to campus. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you pull up and you see the new recruitment center. It's like, you know, the big oak trees that have so much history in them. The facilities. It almost takes your mind away of where you're at. The only, you know, you don't, as far as proximity to, you know, your eateries and so forth. In reality, the way this, in 5 years, how many, you know, how much Cypress or the outskirts of Houston have grown, we're almost a rock throw away. I mean, just down the road, they're building these two big, huge subdivisions, and you know, we're going to need restaurants, you know, we're going to need a big food store coming down. So in the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to be in that type of atmosphere. So, but again, I mean, I don't necessarily have to sell that because I think the campus kind of sells itself.
And then so now it's just a matter of getting that right personality that would fit with what you need to build a program. And that leads me, we know that football, basketball, size really does make a difference. I mean, because of the physicality. And soccer is a very physical sport, and people probably have a tendency not to realize that. But the size versus strength are two different things, which goes back to the nutrition and the weight program. Are you a big advocate for the big physical player or that flexible, crafty player?
I think at that level of both. If we're, you know, one of the biggest things when I was here, I was like, hey, I wanted to close that gap between us and outside of the school conferences, right? The differences between us, majority of the time, were they either had players with higher IQ. So if you're a 5'2", but your IQ is great, but then you also make it up with your speed and athleticism and ability to, you know, move. Well, that's going to put you up, right? I mean, you could be 6'9" or 6 foot something and be slow as molasses, and you know, get beat every time. So I think it's I think as you try to close the gap, some of the bigger schools will have bigger players, but those bigger players also have a higher IQ, have a higher, you know, athleticism, and also are good ball players. So, you know, ideally, if you're trying to close the gap, yeah, we want to have some, you know, 5'8", 5'9", 6'2" players that can come in here and do well. But soccer is not necessarily all based off of height, but it is having speed, having pace, having the ability to control a ball, you know, ability to understand where to go with the ball, the passing of the ball, and understanding the game. Well, those are things that, you know, players have to learn as they develop, and they have to know, right? And that's the type of players you want. They have to check off almost every box. Because I can't just get a fast player and every single time we pass the ball, she can't control it. You know, we don't do any good. You know, it's one end or the other, right? So it's a balance. It's a trick. It's a balance act, pretty much.
Well, and so with the advancement of soccer, you got a more variety to choose from with people who are understanding how the game should be played. Not, I just like playing, and they just get out there for the bodily exercise, but the strategies that come with it. And once again, leading back to that high IQ player. Now, here's a question that I've always wanted to ask. And we know all positions are key positions, or they wouldn't be positions on the team, right, in the pit. What would you consider the quarterback on the soccer field. As far as that's got to be the one that no one else is on point. This position has to be on point.
Man, that's a tough question there. I almost say the center of the field, which involves a solid goalkeeper. I mean, and again, I think your goalkeeper is probably going to be the person that holds things down. Again, having a solid goalkeeper in the conference will win you games. Now, it's a person that dictates and is kind of like the mastermind of things. That would be like a midfielder. That's where, again, depending on the style you're playing. If your style of play does not involve playing through the middle, then that person is not necessarily in your wheelhouse. But the midfielder kind of dictates the game as far as playing where we dish things off to. And obviously your center back, which is one of your last people to defend, and then your forward. So that big line down the middle is pretty much really, really essential. I don't know if I could put a quarterback to it.
Okay. I was thinking about your middle person because they are like in basketball. That's your point guard. They assist everything.
Yeah.
And they're feeding everybody else, and they're the ones whose minds are going a mile a minute, and they're looking ahead, and they're seeing the play develop, and other guys might be trying to get into a position. They're trying to say who's going to get into position first. I always thought the middle, but that's why I asked you the question. You're the expert. Now, for me, that goalie is like your catcher. He's like your linebacker. They kind of seeing everything that's going on. See how I try to put all this together, man, make it one happy family.
I see that. Now you're helping me out.
Now, in my assessment, because of the goalie's position, they have to be one of your more athletic individuals. And if that person, they don't have to be necessarily fast, and people get tripped up when I say this, but they have to be quick. Okay, quick reactors, quick thinkers, and quick to anticipate. And sometimes that can hurt you as well as help you. But that goalie is that no nonsense type individual that just kind of that's your dog out there on the field, man. That's your dog out there. And it would help if you could find you a 6'2" goalie too, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That was always one of the toughest positions to recruit to, just because getting goalkeepers that had the height, getting goalkeepers that understood the game, that read the game. And like you say, they got to be quick. They got to be quick with their hands, their feet, and that eye coordination has to be on point. So like you said, that's your catcher. I'm going to agree with you. That's your catcher. You have to be able to block the ball, keep that ball in front of you. So yeah, no.
So I passed my soccer 101 today, then, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, look, I know you're pressed for time, but I want to ask you about this. You're somewhat late to the scheduling process of this season coming up, so I don't know if the schedule is totally fulfilled right now. And do you have full autonomy of building your own schedule, or is that something you're aided with through the athletic director?
No, I have full control of it. So we'll have probably 5-6 preseason games. Then we'll have the SWAT games that comes from the conference. And then, of course, our tournament. So obviously our first goal is to be in the conference tournament this year. I think last year, first time since 2004, the team had not made it to. And then obviously, I want to win. I mean, I don't come back. I'm coming back. I want to win.
I know that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's always been a goal is to win, and so this program was built to win. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, when we got these facilities and everything, it was built to win. I mean, the legwork was there. Now it was just a matter of, keeping that success going. and I think we're going to be on the right track. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about the group that we're bringing in. Excited about the girls that are here. Obviously, I got to kind of put some things into place and let them understand what wearing that jersey means, what it means to the past players, because I always give credit to those players, because, I mean, like you said, back in the day, we pretty much played on the horse pasture. And, and those players that were here, they did it for the love of the game, and they did it for that. So I think we always got to pay tribute or homage to those players that were before us, that bought in, that helped win championships, that helped win division titles. I mean, throughout the time, it was they were able to set pretty much the foundation, kind of a program, and what, the vision that we were going towards. And, I'm just glad that I'm back to keep that vision going.
Well, sir, we're glad to have you back, man, and we might as well spring it on the people now. We got some plans that we're going to visit weekly throughout the course of the season, man, and get some updates. And if they say things line up just right, we might have a game or two to broadcast here at the network, and we're looking forward to that. And want to thank you for your availability, and want to give you some closing thoughts and comments as we wrap this segment up, sir.
Yes, sir. You know what? We got to give a shout out to our SWAC champs, our softball team. Coach Vernon has done a great job with the team, and what is it? The third SWAC champion. Is that correct, Mike? So we got to give them a shout out, and I think this past season they set a lot of records. Everything from like the best win-loss ratio record of, I think, SWAC history or something like that.
Right. Well, one thing that was really impressive, at least as far as I was concerned, for the first time in 12 seasons, someone other than Texas Southern won the Western Division title. And so that was good. You knock off your number one arch rival. You go out and you win. You have the best record in conference. You win the championship, and you had the trifecta working for you. So you everything worked out on those three aspects.
Yeah, and also like even in the regional tournament, I think what they did was awesome. I mean, how many times in the past have teams gone into regionals and just been swept? You know what I mean? Like by that I mean like the scores have just been through the roof, right? I mean, they went in there, they put a run on LSU, who was number 10 team in the nation or something like that. And they kept it a ball game. And then Omaha. I mean, they're one play away from probably beating Omaha. So I mean, that's a lot of credit to the players, and I think the coaching and just seeing that hey, like. We're right there. And imagine if we had full scholarships, like what could he do?
Right. So, well, that's unfortunately the territory that we're in right now. We got to play the hand that's dealt to us, and hopefully the conference, the schools that make up the conference, can figure out the missing pieces. We know that the finance is a big part of it. But we developed, like we spoke with the nutrition, the strength programming, scheduling, and things of that nature to build that juggernaut that can advance past these regional rounds.
Yeah, and that's the goal. I mean, that's my goal. That's kind of my recruiting theme too. Is like, I want to be able to close that gap when we go into the NCAA tournament. I mean, I want to be able to go in there and hey. Put up a fight, like make this a close game. Let's make that surprise. And I think like I said, some programs are getting there, and it just needs a little bit more fuel, added to it, and the sky's the limit.
No doubt about it. Well, we'll definitely be keeping a radar on your liftoff beginning. And as a matter of fact, I forgot to fail to mention. Well, imagine that, right? I failed to mention that we have, August 25th is when things take off?
You know what? It's actually August 18th.
Incarnate word?
No, 18th. We're at San Houston.
Okay. You got one in on me.
Yeah, I did. I think I got two on you.
Okay. Can you bring us up to speed again? What's up?
We'll be at Sam Houston, playing in Huntsville. Then we travel to San Antonio. Then we open up home with Texas A&M Corpus on September 1st. We'll host our UTRGV on the 8th, and then we'll be back on the road before we come back and open up SWAC conference with UAPB.
Okay, so September 1st and 8th will be some home matches here.
Yes, sir. So we definitely want everybody to come out to support, especially during the SWAC games.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure that they understand, like, when they come to Prairie View, it's a tough place to come play. That field itself was designed that way too. So, we get people encouraging the student athletes, and it creates that atmosphere on Friday and Sunday games. Man, it's great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we're looking forward to it, my friend, and we're looking forward to our weekly visits. You still up for that?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Coach ABE Garcia returning to the Hill to continue on the legacy of Panther soccer here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you guys so much for joining in with us. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and our website is obnradio.com. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of The Zone. I want to thank you guys so much for joining in with us. Don't forget, you can join us each and every week right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and visit our website where we got that 24-hour stream rolling for you at obnradio.com. We thank you guys again. Have a wonderful weekend, and until the next time, you all be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of The Zone. The Zone is a production of the Open Mic Broadcast Network located in Prairie View, Texas. If you would have questions, comments, or concerns about The Zone or anything pertaining to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, feel free to visit our website at obnradio.com and submit your contact information.